I dug out one of my old Teac DA-P20 portable DAT machines, which I have two of. Figured I'd dump one of them because I really don't need two. Only to find it's not working, so let's see what's wrong with it. I have here a Teac DA-P20. This one here has a servo problem. If we listen to it, it's going the wrong speed. It's not tracking. It's going slow. Sounds like a capstan servo problem on this. This one here, I don't believe has ever had the servo redone on it. The other one I've got, I have another one like this, and it has had the servo has been rebuilt on it, but this one has not. So I guess that's what we need to do on this, rebuild the servo. First things first, we got to remove the bottom. So remove all the screws. These units have some short screws and some long screws. The short screws go in the back on these units. If you put the long screws in, you'll short out the circuit board. So you have to be careful when you put them back together that only the correct screws go in. See how the ones on the back are short. I rebuilt one of these a number of years ago. Not this one though. This was going to have, I think it's all got the original parts, and I've never had this one open. And I'm just getting this one all kind of tuned up because I'm going to get rid of it. I got a buddy that's looking for a DAT machine to do some experimenting with, so I may end up giving it to him to play around with. Thing is, I'll have to do a little bit of work though, because the unit requires a split power supply. It uses a +7 and a -7 supply, and I've got two of these units, but I've only got one power supply, so I won't be. And I had to build the power supply because the one I got, which incidentally came with this unit about 6 years ago, was sent in from a viewer, and it was a 240 volt supply. So I did another video years ago when I converted the power supply down to 120 volts. But I didn't do any work on the actual deck itself because it was functional. So I didn't do any work on this. But another one that I've got, I actually did do the servo board on it, and that's what's going to require this one. I think it's going to have the same problem. So pop the bottom off of it, complete with all the screws. This one here has had because of the way that the cabinets go on these, it's that rubberized crap. So someone's actually put, I didn't do this, this was how I received it. This has got like a tape coating on it, whether it's Mac tack or what, but they put a coating over top of it. The other one I've got, which I'll show you, is the one that I overhauled before. This one here, I took isopropyl to it and got all the crap, all that gum crap off of it. Alright, so I need to get this circuit board out because the craps that need to be changed are on this board. Sucker for punishment. So we'll pop this out and then lift the board. work to get these things apart. Top cover should lift off. Lift off. We have a lift off. Well, it should lift off. Oh, one more screw back here. Of course, there's always one more screw, right? Okay, now the top cover should lift off this thing. Always one more screw, right? Alright, now this should lift off. There we go. Okay, now reveal the mechanism. That's why the front panel wouldn't lift off. There was wires trapping it. I was wondering why the front panel wouldn't come off. There were some wires that were caught. That's always good for it. Alright. Now that the front panel is lifted off, I should be able to lift off this board. If everything works like it's supposed to, I should be able to just lift the board out. Have to undo the 3 wires. The battery. Do a couple more connectors for the motor drive. And now the board should lift up. What else is holding it? Oh, of course, there's more screws. Okay, now that should lift out of the way. Just won't quit, will it? This board's got to come out too. That comes out so that I can all this work just to get the board out. It's ridiculous. I take all these screws out so that I can get the connector off there so that I can lift the board and slide it out.
Remind me to never, ever, 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 ever work on one of these again. I forgot how much work these ones were to take apart.
Okay, what's holding it up now? Man, I forgot how much work this thing was. Looks like someone's worked on this before. Been soldered down here. Actually, it looks like someone's changed the caps on this thing before. It wasn't me. Probably another screw over here. Somebody's changed these caps. These have all been changed out before. Holding this thing in place. Like everything's unplugged, but it just does not want to lift out. There we go. Yeah, these have been changed. What a wonderful job someone did of this. Look at this crap. We'll check the ESR on these and see which ones are bad. Changes as appropriate. A lot of these have been changed out and they're not measuring too bad. The ones that are measuring bad are the these ones here, these 10 microfarad 6.3. These are wide open. So we're going to change these ones out for starters. I got some small ones here that will fit in the board. We'll just try that and see. As I say, I don't want to put too much effort into this thing because I'm getting rid of it. The nice thing about this style of cap is that you got enough room to put one in, because they aren't surface mount, they are a regular cap in a little container that holds it in place. Three more of them here. Whoops. Three more of them over here. I'm going to change out.
What's that smell? Smells like the back end of a tuna schooner.
So these two 22s here are also open. I'm only changing the caps that are bad. The ones that are completely open, because as I already mentioned, the other ones have already been changed, and when I put ESR meter on them, they're not measuring bad. So they're probably okay for now. So I'm only going to change the ones that I can verify are bad. And then we'll try this unit out. As I say, it was playing, so it's not like it wasn't working, it just wasn't working properly. And this machine is going to be, as I say, it's going to be dumped. So I don't really want to put any more into it than I absolutely have to. So there's another one down here. This is the 1 microfarad at 50 volts. Put this one in. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to replace on this one at this time. And we'll throw this back together and see whether it works any better than it was before. Somebody had put some tape in here before, so I'll just throw the same thing back in. And see what happens. Here's another one, another 10 microfarad on the auto track finding board. If we look at it, these ones have gone completely open. Like every single one of these caps is completely open. Oh man, these are worse than the other ones. Alright, that one's replaced. We'll pop this little board back in here. Like that. And there's a screw that goes through here that holds that one in place. Control board back in place. And then this board plugs into the other one. There's a couple connectors on there. We got to get these grounds out of the way here. There's 3 of them. Line those up. Pop the connectors back together. Like that. Okay, that should be back in place. Battery connector. Not that batteries are ever going to get used on this. And 3 terminals because it has a positive and a negative supply. This used a custom battery pack that had 2 sets of cells at 2 different current ratings. There was the positive supply was a much higher capacity than the negative supply. Go figure, but that's the way it was. Okay, I think I can probably fire this thing up now and see whether it will work or what it will do. Okay, let's try this. Play. Is it going to play? Yep, it's working properly now. All right. Happy, happy. Okay, this one's fixed. As well as it's going to get fixed. Because, you know, I don't want to put any more money into it. I just wanted to make it where it's actually usable. So now it's fixed. Let's reassemble the unit. So now I got to pull some screws out again that I put in just temporarily. I had to pull the front faceplate off again because the screw has to go. These make contact with the board, so I have to pull these screws out to put the shield cover back in place. Okay, so I got that piece back in. Bottom cover will go on. And then there's one long screw that goes down through here. And then all the other screws go in the back, and see the short ones go in the back here. So the shortest ones are in the back. Let's continue to reassemble this, and then I'll give it one final test. Okay, the unit's back together. I'm going to make a quick test recording on it. I'm setting my levels up here. I'm in pause. And that's a good one to record. So we'll start this up, record. I forgot how to do this. Record and play. Okay, and then got my record levels here. Okay, that's probably enough. And we'll just play this back. There we go, start ID. If I hit that, it should just go right to the start of the track. Okay, that should start playing back automatically. There we go. It works. Alright, this one's fixed. And put this cover back on. Just like that. Okay, this one's all done. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.